Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. We are live, y'all. I'm talking about getting on stage. So, if you know that you've got a message to share, if you've thought about being a speaker, dreamed about being a speaker, man, have a coaching business, and you know that speaking is one of the most powerful, most effective ways that you can grow your business, man. I want to talk to you about what it really means to finally do it. Stop talking about it. Stop, you know, uh, entertaining it. Stop like critiquing people while you sit in the audience and not actually get up there for yourself, but actually do the thing that you know you're called to do. Man, I just got off of a really powerful sales call, and it was amazing to watch my new client just go through this wrestling process with her calling that she knew was there to speak, and yet the current frustration of not actually being in that reality. And man, there's so many people that I know, they're running successful coaching businesses, they've got good programs, they've got good services, they've got, a skill, they've got proven programs, they've got, proven results of changing people's lives. But what they don't got is more exposure. What they don't have is the right opportunities to speak in front of their ideal audience, man. And it's like it seems like, man, how do I get to the stage? Like, how do I get to be the person that gets to speak as the keynote or as the main thing? Like, how do I get to that point? And I remember when I would sit there and wonder the same things. It's like, all right, everyone says there's all these opportunities. Everyone says your story matters, but it's like, okay, how do I actually do it? How do I get on? Like, I'm ready. I'm like, I'll do it. I'm afraid. I'm insecure. I got all types of fears. But like the pain of not doing it is so much greater than my fear. And so, like, I'll do it. And then it's like nobody was really clearly telling me how to make that happen. And man, I wasted a lot of money on a lot of coaches who gave me pieces of the puzzle, but didn't help me actually to solve the problem. And man, I can't tell you the number of times somebody has come to me and been like, "Man, I wish I would have found you 3 coaches ago, 5 coaches ago, X amount of coaches ago." And I'm not saying that like there's not other great speaking coaches in the industry. There are. I know some of them. I refer clients to some of them. It's just that like, man, y'all, come on, man. Like, there's so there's so much BS in this industry. There's so many people who, and myself included, if you look at me 5 years ago, yeah, I was doing speaker coaching, but I was also doing this and this and this and this and this and this, like jack of all trades, master of none in a lot of ways. And always served people, always over delivered to the best of my ability, but was misaligned, right? Wasn't in my true genius. And man, can I tell you, with information becoming more and more and more of a commodity, man, people got enough content. They already know, like, whatever your topic is, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT and artificial intelligence can spit out equal amount of content, right? Like, they got tips, solutions, strategies, but what they don't have is your essence. What they don't have is what can only come from your uniqueness. And that is the thing that stages will pay a premium for. They want what they only can get from you. I had an interesting experience. What's up, Vicky? What's up, Heather? What's up? What's up, people that are tuning in? Let me know, like, what are your challenges when it comes to getting on stage, man? Like, if you guys ask questions, I'll give you my best answer. I'll do some live coaching here because I'm pumped. I just made a stage sale and then came and enrolled a client back to back. And it was just like, I already felt it was going to happen. I knew it was going to be one of those days. And the reason why I'm excited is because, man, like that's so doable. There was a time where I was like, where's my next client going to come from? Where's my next gig going to come from? And I didn't know. And now to be like, man, it's just another day. Like, that happens all the time. Sometimes I might even close multiple clients or multiple stages in a day, especially a week. Like, and if I really was about it, like really just trying to like go to the moon, I could almost make that happen as often as I desired. It's a scary thing to be like, man, I'm getting to a place where I can just get in front of an audience, right? Like when people know you're gonna rip it, when people know that you solve a real problem that their audience has, like there's not a lack of opportunity, it's only a lack of clarity within yourself. So issue getting gigs. Talk to me, Heather. Where are you getting stuck? Like what's not working? What's like what have you tried that you're doing the thing and it's not actually producing the level of fruit that you want, right? Like sometimes we get results, but it's not the level of results that we want. And then we make ourselves have to be grateful and we spiritually bypass our unfulfillment of our results. So let me know where you're specifically stuck. I'm happy to answer any questions. And by the way, anybody else that's live, if you want to know how do I get on stage, right? How do I get paid to share my story? Okay, let me know. As I wait for those questions, if you guys are available next Saturday, August 17th, I'm hosting a um, transformational event for speakers all around storytelling. Okay. The ability to take your story and to generate leads and networking environments, to ability to share your story on stages and produce life change that leads to more gigs and more gigs, the ability to share your story on proposals and emails in order to capture attention and get conversations that lead to contracts. All of that starts with the simple skill of being able to tell your story in a way that's compelling and clear. So we're going to be doing that in a powerful, transformative way Saturday, August 17th. There's no door price. We do a give according to what you receive, no pressure at the end. But we want people to be in the room, to get in the work, to be in the reps, to grow in their craft. Okay. Um, Heather's asking where to find them. And again, if you guys got questions around building your speaking business, getting on stage, let me know. Where to find them? Okay, so one of the resources that I share with my clients is 15 places to find paid speaking engagements. 15 places to find paid speaking engagements. Okay, 15 places to find paid speaking engagements. All right, let me pull it up here, and I'm gonna go through some of them. Okay, number one, your contacts. Your contacts are full of untapped contracts. Your contacts are full of untapped contracts, meaning every time I get into a cash flow issue, anytime I feel stuck about a problem in my business, one of the things that I do is I go to the contacts in my phone, in my email list, in my the business cards that I've collected, everywhere where I have contacts, and I just go one by one, start looking for people and opportunities. And pretty soon I go, oh, I haven't talked to so and so for a while. Oh my gosh, I forgot about them. Oh, remember when I was supposed to follow up and I didn't. And all of this stuff, I never go from A to Z. I very rarely even make it to the C's. I don't even know if I have made it to the C's, to be honest with you. That's the power. And what my experience is that people are always chasing the new contact while they underutilize the contacts that they have. They always think that they need a new opportunity, a new stage, a new person, but they miss on the contacts they have. So your contacts is number one. Okay. Remember, there's 15 places. I'm not going to go through all 15 hours. It's going to be like 2 hour stream. But let me give you a couple because I want to add value. Number two was Google searches. My guess is that you know this. Now, still is one of the most popular way to find speeches. So it's about your combinations. So you want to take your topic and you want to insert, call for speakers, conferences, associations. So let's say mental health for Daryl, mental health conferences, mental health associations, mental health events, mental health speakers, mental health organizations, mental health conferences in Georgia, mental health conferences in Tennessee, mental health conferences in Wyoming, mental health conferences in Dubai, right? And you can search by geography. You can search, top mental health conferences and just play with those search terms on Google and start to build your data list. And boom, there's a bunch of gigs. Okay. You can use, so number one is your contacts. Number two is Google searches. Number three is lead generating services. Is this helping anybody? Is this helping anybody? Let me know. Okay, lead generating services. An example, a lot of people in the industry use speaker leads. They send you 100 leads per week. 100 leads per week, speaker leads, right? I've got an affiliate link somewhere. You can ask me for it. I get like some pennies or just go find them, okay? They send out 100. Now, they're from all different niches. So out of the 100, there might be only like 20 that apply to you. But man, that's 20 leads per week. And I think it's like 20, 30 bucks a month. And so, man, if you close 1 gig a year, it makes sense. And that's why so many people are subscribed to that. Now you got to be careful because I don't know how many subscribers they have, but I'm pretty sure they've got it over 1,000, right? So you don't want to be sending out badgering people because they're all on the same email list. But again, a lot of the people that are on that email list already are used to getting lots of emails for speakers. So you just got to work the magic and stand out. Okay. Yes, this is helpful. Thanks, Vicky. I'm glad this is helpful. Okay. And let me know if you guys got specifics or nuances in this. Again, I'm just like touching it, touching it, touching it. Each one of these, like we can really talk about, like even context. I can talk to you about specific messaging and language to use. Okay. Google searches. I gave you some examples, but we can obviously talk about more combinations and different things. Or how do you, once you find the conference, how do you find the actual contact and the person to reach out to? And what's the message that you send? Okay. Third is what we're talking about right now, which is your, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, where's that? I got to put back up my notes. Somebody help me. I done lost the browser, y'all. No, I can't even find where my original browser is. Hold on. It's coming. If somebody remembers something, let me know. So y'all not just sitting here waiting for me. So I talked about Google. Okay. We talked about your contacts, and then we were on number three. What's number three? Who knows number three? I'll just pull it up again. I'll just pull it up again. Y'all can wait. This is free game, baby. Oh, lead generation services. Thank you. Y'all slow. It's the internet. It's the lag. I know. Okay, so lead generating services. All right. So I mentioned speaker leads. There's I find you close. And if you just search like lead generation services or purchasing leads, that type of thing, you can get subscribed usually for a monthly cost or pay an upfront fee, and then they give you a database of connections. Okay, so contacts, Google searches, lead generation services. What's another good one on here? Let me see if I can find something that people don't talk about as much. Let's see. Okay. Number 15 on the list is trade shows. Trade shows. People talk about trade shows. Okay. So since this question was asked on Instagram, I'm gonna drop a link in here. I know you gotta like probably take a screenshot or something because it doesn't let you click it, or does it? Oh, it does let you. Anyways, I dropped a link to a trade association. Um, um, a trade show. Excuse me. I'll do two of them. Okay. At these events, number one is they have directories. A lots of people that are in here run conferences. So I dropped two links. You got to go to Instagram to get it if you're watching on another platform. Those are a couple of links to trade shows. And companies that go to trade shows, they also put on events. So if you go to those folks and you connect with them and talk to them about what you have to offer, then cool. That's how you start to just build your connections list that obviously will lead to contracts. Okay. So we talked about your contacts, Google searches, lead generation services, trade shows. I'll give you one more: social media. Okay. I think social media, man, you were 3 to 5 years ago was way more popular. It's starting to become more popular again. Y'all know when you go to these major conferences, they have like a hashtag that they use. Everybody's taking photos at the event. Hashtag this event. If you can go to the event, find the hashtag. Usually, there's a picture with the event organizers with the speaker lineup that uses the hashtag as well. So you can look at the hashtags for these events. You can go on social media. You can search hashtags for conferences, hashtags for networking events, hashtags for mental health conferences, hashtag, do a hashtag search. Um, and then from there, then find the people to reach out to in order to engage in a conversation around booking you to speak. Okay, I was trying to see. Yeah, I got some example hashtags. So hashtag conference, hashtag speaker, hashtag association events, hashtag motivational speakers, hashtag meeting planners, hashtag keynotes, hashtag event planner, hashtag event, hashtag conferences. Okay, plural instead of singular. Okay, so start looking at some of those hashtags, look at the pictures, and start building some of your contact list from there. Okay, so I think that's like 4 or 5 out of the 15. You see, we could talk about, we even got to the 15 yet. And again, there's depths of mastery in each of those ones. So work it out and get into it. Okay. Any other questions I can answer? Any other questions I can answer? Good question. Okay. While I wait for that to come in. because the lag is terrible and your boy got ADD. Make sure you register for my event. Let me drop a link for y'all. Maybe it's my message. Also, I've been told to pitch your main talk, but then I've also been told to provide topic ranges on what you speak on. Oh, look at this. I love this. I'm gonna put this on the screen, Heather, for the folks out here that's scared to ask questions. Let's see. How do I do that? Oh, it won't let me because you're on the IG. Boo. Okay, I'm gonna read it out loud again. I've been told to pitch your main talk, but then I've also been told to provide topic ranges you speak on. What's your thoughts? Oh, I'm a big fan of top of ranges, and that's because I'm not one thing. Now I'm gonna tell you, man. I didn't pay a lot of hundreds of thousands of dollars for people to tell me to do the opposite. And it's really, really, really good advice. Like if I grab, my friend Jane Atkinson or Andy Henriquez or Pete Vargas, if I grab any of them, they're gonna tell you, you better pick one thing and you better rip it in that lane. Be known for one thing. He that chases two rabbits catches none. If you got a mental health talk, all you need is one great signature talk. And I believe it, it's timeless. You cannot go wrong picking one talk. You can't. In fact, I learned a lot one year when I did 40 plus engagements on one singular talk. I learned a lot about doing that. Now, my preference is I have four that are the most popular that people hire, and they cover four budget items. Okay. So I got a mental health, I've got a leadership, I've got a team, and then what's the other one? Mental personal development, like personal professional development. I've got those four, and I use those four, as like a menu when I'm having this conversation. Okay, let me give you this game. The number one reason why people fail to get booked more consistently to speak is because they're selling speeches instead of selling solutions. People buy solutions to problems, not speeches. Okay. And there are exceptions to that, but the more you can communicate, even if you're a motivational speaker, I get hired to do motivational speakers, lots of keynotes. I still frame that motivation through the lens of a problem that I'm solving for them. I make it about productivity and performance and bottom line, etc. So I like having four, and then I approach the conversation like a consultant, not like a speaker. A consultant is trying to get to the root of what the problem is. The speaker is usually just trying to figure out what the budget is so they can get a keynote fee. And for me, I rather actually know what your problem is because it's often a bigger problem than what a keynote fee is going to get me. Like they probably got a, multi-million dollar, hundred, it depends on what size the company is, right? Like, let's just say, for instance, let's just say a person has a $5,000 budget for a speaker. They might have $100,000 problem. If I solve the $100,000 problem, man, I can do a speaking gig, and then I can do consult your team, come do, once every quarter or something, and you can pay me, 5 grand for those four. Like I can sell a 25K package when I identify $100,000 problem. Then when I find a budget for $5,000, I think I'm giving y'all too much game. Is this too much game? This is too much game, Rick the Wealth Coach. They don't want this, brother. It's too much game for them. They want to just sell speeches so they can feel good about themselves and stroke their ego. They don't want to solve real problems in this industry. They don't want to get that real contracts that's actually about solving bigger issues than you saying little 3 points and your little key takeaway. Okay, so sell solutions, not problems. Okay, what else we got? Good question. I wish I would could share my screen right now and show you what I use. Um, you can see what I use to show event planners that are these like four options. Okay, and again, like I'm not going to like pitch them the four options. If I have a conversation, I identify their problem, and I know that this particular keynote is going to be good, or this workshop is going to be good for that problem, then I would just tell them that specifically. Because I like it ain't nothing more frustrating than me walking into the store. I know what I want, and then somebody keep talking to me about a bunch of this other stuff that I'm not in the store to get, and then make me so mad and irritated that I just leave and don't even want to buy anything because they didn't give me what I came in the store to get. So if I identify that, hey, this is the problem, and this my leadership talk is going to best serve your audience, I, as the professional, will recommend that to them. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? People pay you what? what they are worth. You're worth much more, bro. Amen, brother. Amen. Truth. Amanda says truth. Spot on. Spot on. Let me know. What's your questions around getting booked? What's your questions around having additional speaking engagements so that you can grow your business? How are you leveraging speaking to grow your business? Let me know. Okay, I can do about another 2, 3 minutes. Um, let's see. Yeah, I see. What up, Jay? What's up, Jay? Jorge in the building. Shout out to Amanda, y'all. Amanda's a phenomenal writer. Helped me with my writing retreat that I did. Man, she's a beast. She's a beast. Appreciate you. What up, Chris? All right, cool. Let me drop this link to my event so that those of you who don't have that, you can come out this Saturday, come get it in with the GOAT. How important is it to build of your own platform to get top dollar? Man, all right, bro. Good question. So number one, celebrities, they do get paid the easiest and the most, right? Because and a lot of times it's not just a lot of times it's because and you probably know this, it's because they can use your brand to attract an audience. Like I'm just now starting to get to that place in mind where like, okay, I've been speaking enough to now where if I'm pulling up in Virginia, just about the majority of them, especially the major cities, I could pull up and I can get, 5 to 50 people to come out. And that's valuable depending on what they're charging for their events, right? Especially if you're doing entrepreneur events where they're doing high ticket sales. Like when I shared the stage with Magic Johnson, those tickets were, I don't know, they had everything from $500 to like, I don't know, they was doing some 25, 50K packages at that event. So if I get 1, 2, 3 clients to come out, it's like I justify any expense that they would pay me to speak, so I can get 25K to speak at that stage. Does that make sense? Now I didn't because it was my friend Tony D. Silvestro, and I just wanted to get the picture with you know, I wanted to help out Tony D, and I wanted to get the picture with Magic Johnson. But in any other scenario, it's really easy to justify that expense. So celebrities tend to get top dollar easier and people with more well-known brands because of how the organizer can leverage that person's personal brand for the success of their event. Okay. Now, there is a caveat to that, and that is a clear problem that you solve, right? A clear problem that you solve and your ability to articulate and talk about that really, really well. So if you think about a guy like Patrick Lencioni, right? Five dysfunctions of a team, or John Maxwell, Five Levels of Leadership, 21 Laws of Leaders, right? That content was so valuable, was so unique when it came out in its time and still is very relevant to this day that people will pay top dollar for that because they're like, man, I know this solves my problem. Like it's clearly, I don't care if this person is well known, is famous, or whatever. Like this is worth top dollar because they just fixed my Ferrari. Does that make sense? Get got an appointment now. Peace out, bro. So I think that's important though because people people will. There's some people that's trying to become a celebrity when they should be a specialist. And obviously, the best thing is to be a celebrity specialist. But I get it. Some people are just, oh, come like I got a client that's a 3-time gold medalist, right? Like people just want them because they want to take a picture with the medals. At the end of the day, they just want to get the photo with the medal. And what I'm telling him is like, yo, bro, go into your bag, work on your storytelling craft, so that man, if they'll pay you 25K just because they want a former Olympian, man, they might pay you 50K if you actually solve a real legit problem in their business. Like, so you could get 50K right now if you add some specialty to your celebrity. So I think the best thing in this industry is to have celebrity with specialty, not one or the other. Okay. But again, wherever you're the closest to, or wherever you feel like is the fastest path or most aligned path to cash for you, take that north. Okay. All right, y'all. That's my time. I keep saying I'm gonna grab this link and I get caught up in these questions. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Maybe what your takeaways are. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. Let me know that you're watching it. I would love to know what questions you might have. Just because you're not watching this live doesn't mean I can't still answer your question. Okay, I can do additional live streams or I can just respond to you. Okay, I think people forget about that. So engage, talk to your boy. I don't like when people just sit there and look at me. If I talk to you in person, you got to preach back at me. Online, you got to say some amens. You got to ask some questions. That's what makes it worth it. I feed off the energy of people. So thank you for everyone who showed up. And then I will drop this link to my event next Saturday. Y'all come out, come get it in, man. Everybody wants to be an Olympian. Not everybody is willing to put in the work that Olympians do. Everybody wants to do a TEDx talk. Not everybody is willing to put in the work to produce a TEDx talk that actually leads to exposure, visibility, clients, etc. Right? Just because you publish a book don't make you a best-selling author. Just because you got 20 of your friends to buy the book within the first 20 minutes of it coming out and you took a screenshot in the first 20 minutes and said you was a best-selling author, don't mean that you actually have real influence. How you actually build that influence organically is through the power of story. There's not a person on this planet who's a thought leader and doing big things in this industry who hasn't grown in exceptionally in their ability to communicate story. Okay. Story. Now they might be resisting their story. They might have figured out how to tell stories, but man, your story is the most powerful. Okay. So just drop that link in the chat. It's also my bio on whatever platform that you are. Okay. Oh, I miss you too, Jay. Good to see you. Okay. We'd love to see y'all out at the event. Hit me up if you got questions. Love y'all. Thanks. I'm glad you found it helpful, Vicky. Let me know how I can support you. All right. Till next time, y'all. Go out, impact the world. The world needs positive voices. The world needs more people of light. Like, don't let your light sit on Zoom. Don't let your light sit in the comfort of your own house and your own routine. Let your light shine before all men so that by doing so you glorify your Father in heaven. Marketing isn't about you. Just because you're telling your story doesn't mean it's about you. It took me a long time to realize that. I withheld marketing myself because I thought that it was too self-centered, not recognizing that, man, when people bring me in to speak, every time lives are changed, every time somebody doesn't commit suicide, every time marriage is restored, every time people tap into the next level of their expression, every time businesses grow. And so me marketing me leads to the opportunity to impact others. So don't stand in your way because you think marketing is self-centered. I don't know who that's for, but I felt like I should have given somebody that last little nugget. All right. For the rest of you, see you next week, August 17th. Click the link in the bio and love you. Peace.